This week we're going to be talking about why our dogs feel like family.
Ooh, okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hello. Welcome to Adulting Piece by Piece, where we figure out life one chaotic puzzle piece at a time. My name is Lily.
And my name is Lola.
You know, we have mentioned this multiple times, that Canada is cold.
Very cold.
There's so much snow now.
We're in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah, we are.
Ooh.
It was meant to be. One of us gonna sound sick and cough muff. And here
Ontario wine.
Ontario wine. Well, cheers.
Thanks for being with us. All right. As you guys have probably heard many times in the background, this mysterious little monster snoring noise, it is actually my dog. I'll go get him at some point and bring him onto the video. But that's part of our inspiration. Lily also has a dog that I now call a little terrorist because I kept him for 2 weeks and he was slightly a terrorist.
Yes, I call him...
The cutest terrorist.
I call him Furball because he's a white fluffy. When I basically don't groom him, he's fluffy. Yeah. But now he's been groomed. I will send you updated photo.
Yeah, send me photo.
Yeah, he's a toy poodle mixed with Bichon, but he has more poodle features, but he definitely have a Bichon attitude. But I love him. He's love of my life. He's the son I don't have.
Yeah.
And I love him.
That's actually a really good introduction for like where I was hoping to get with the podcast. Because I don't want to talk about like, oh my God, I love my dog so much. Like, we're not trying to have that boring conversation that the non-dog owners probably don't want to hear. I think it's more of an idea. And in the Western world, like in Canada, I find like you really notice it, like how many people have dogs in their family. Mm-hmm. It's like so common. And yet people are having less and less kids. Is this like a new phenomenon? What is going on with the world? Is it just like, is it cost of living? Is it other factors? So I kind of want to just discuss all these topics and see where we get into it.
Just a question, because like we both are immigrants and we didn't grow up with dogs. Mm-hmm. What was your first expression coming to Canada? Were you scared?
Oh my God, I was terrified of dogs.
You were terrified? It's so funny. I was not.
Really?
Yeah. We had like a little cottage in here, and there was like two dogs that protecting it, but they were not a house dog. They were
that's why I'm scared of them. That's the only experience I had with dogs.
And they were so big and beautiful.
Yeah.
However, when I moved to another country, our neighbor had, I think it was a pit bull. I had this beautiful smile and I loved it every time. And I think it was like 12 or 11. And I think that how mended my relationship with dogs. So I was hugging the dog. We went for a dog walk.
Yeah.
I left a culture that was terrified from a dog really young age, and I came to a country that introduced me to love dogs. And then after that I came to Canada and I was like never terrified of dogs.
That's
so
fair.
I think that's why like I don't have that. But like growing up I always had pets. But I was like never, even though I grew up with cats, but I never like got attracted to them. Like my sister loves cat, and she has 2 cats.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, oh, I have a cat. Like, you know, it wasn't cuddly.
Yeah. There's so much like mixed things they say about cats, like different studies. Like some of them say if you actually treat your cat the same way you treat dogs, that they will be like, they'll essentially behave the same way. Like they'll be just as affectionate. They'll be excited to see you. You can train them. Like they're definitely as smart as dogs. Like they have all these features. And technically cats have been domesticated by humans for as long as dogs have been. So apparently like it's just a matter of like people treating their cats differently than people treat their dogs.
Yeah,
cats think cats think they're raising you.
I think that's kind of true because they think they're the god, I guess.
Yeah, I guess actually even on that note, and I don't even have an answer, but I wonder like because they say like how it's like 15,000 years or something. Like if you go back in history, that's how long dogs have been alongside humans. I mean, for pet dogs, like they're not gonna like my dog. You can't put him in the wild. Like he can't survive.
No, yeah.
And I wonder to what extent like did humans actually domesticate domesticate them, or did they want to be domesticated? Like, did they look at humans and were like, yo, life would be so much easier if I go hang out with them? Let me just give them a little puppy eye. Because apparently dogs only do that for humans. They don't do that to each other.
Oh,
puppy
really?
eyes, yeah.
Did you see that a study of fox are doing that? They're like...
Yeah, because they're probably looking at dogs like, oh my god, why am I out here running around trying to find a rabbit to eat when I could just live in a comfortable house and someone buys me food?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they're doing it.
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
"Yo, screw this. I want to be. I want
Why
to get
am I
pet."
suffering?
Yeah.
Do you think your dog, I was like dogs in general, but maybe specifically your dog, do you think he actually loves you? Or do you think it's just like he's just reacting to certain things that you do?
Okay, so if I want to be honest, he better love me.
That's not the question I asked.
He better love me. Honestly, I don't know.
Does it matter? Do you care?
I actually don't care if he...
Really?
Yeah.
Like, imagine we humans figured out a way to do proper research, and then we like actually got into the minds of these dogs, and we found out every day they're like, I'm here as a prisoner. this human keeps doing this, and I have to pretend to be happy. Imagine, wouldn't that be so depressing?
That would be so sad. Or I thought that they're like, my dog would definitely like manipulating me, like, oh, let me just manipulate and like get my food and my comfort and my cuddle. That's what, you know, or that I like to see it that way, which
I guess that's a nicer way of thinking about it.
I try to think about he loves me as much as I love him. But
You're
love
like,
him.
I choose to be delusional.
Yeah, I love him so much. Like, I don't think so. That's another thing that I think I make a mistake. I treat him as a child.
Yeah.
Or like,
but it's not you.
human.
I think so many people
There's
do this.
Yeah, and then that's like a 101 you should never do. You should treat him as a dog. But he's my baby. Yeah. I love him. I think a lot of people does this.
What you describe now to me makes me think your dog is basically, for previous generations, this role, like how you're behaving towards him is what you would have been doing to a human kid. But you don't have one, so now you're doing it to a dog.
Yeah, which is like cheaper.
Okay, but I guess, one, it's cheaper.
And then they don't talk back.
They don't talk back. Like they're kind of forever a baby, but they're like an easier baby. Like obviously there's challenges to having a dog, but like definitely an easier baby. And they love you.
Unconditional love.
And like, do we actually need, like, why do people really have kids? Well, I guess it's like you want to reproduce and like pass on your kin
like,
and whatever.
Whoever had kid, whenever I talk to them, they're like, actually having a dog is harder. And I'm like, you can't compare. First of all, we should
I've
not
never heard anyone
them.
say that. Like having a dog is harder than a kid.
I have multiple of them. Yeah, they're
That's
like
crazy.
having a dog is like you have to take them out constantly. The baby
because I guess they never grow up.
Yeah, like the baby, like, you know, pee in the diaper and you change. You don't need to go outside. They actually grow up and they could like tell us if they're hungry or something. Yeah, that part's the dog
hard.
Doesn't do it, so you have to actually figure out. Yeah. And you know when you're gonna lose the dog, but you actually don't, like, you know, you might. That's the saddest part. It's like, actually, if you think about it, having a dog is harder. But I have never thought it that way. This is like
same.
In my mind, dogs are still easier, but I don't know.
I think to me, a lot of the parts of having a dog that are hard is just because like society treats them differently. Like your dog doesn't count as a child as much as we want to treat them like children, right? So you can't take your dog everywhere, whereas like you would take your child everywhere. Yeah. So it makes it more challenging because then it's like the hours that your dog's at home or like something, right? Especially as they get older. Like to me, those are the things about having a dog that's actually really hard.
But the thing is, like, when I travel to US, I see dogs are way more freer over there than in Canada. Yeah. Like, I actually went to a Persian restaurant, which is like a family restaurant. There's not like, you know, fully food. And there was a dog in there, and it wasn't an owner dog. It was just like a customer came and like, I'm here with my dog and I want to eat kebab. And we were like, oh my god, this would never happen in Canada. Or, you know, my dog is tiny and your dog is tiny. The only places we could take them is Winners and Homesteads and Chapters.
Basically nowhere.
Like nowhere. And people are not genuinely scared of them, but I feel like in Canada there's a lot of community that are scared of dogs. And I think that's how it got preventive. People react toward them like these are like monsters, and it breaks my heart. That's sad. It's really, really sad. Like all these dogs, there's like, I'm not talking about, I don't know, yes, there's some dogs that are reactive, they don't harm, but they're reactive. But then
the parent adult humans that didn't do right by them.
In some culture, they treat dogs so badly, and you're like, yo, please, they're the most loyal, most beautiful creatures that we love, and we let them in our houses. There's nothing wrong with them, except they want to get loved as much as you want to give them love. and that's why I love my dog. And people who have, they're like, oh, when I have kids and I'm gonna give my dog away, they do a lot of them because the dog becomes reactive. I'm like, no, because you didn't introduce the child to the dog. You know, like you didn't do the proper. There's a lot of ways you could do it. The dog is never gonna harm the kid. It's you are the problem because you suddenly become protective of human, like a little baby, which you should. I'm not taking that away, but there's actually ways for you to introduce.
Okay, another one.
Go ahead.
Especially as someone who's like, dealt with like having anxiety and things like that, because they say like there's been lots of research on this that dogs actually calm humans down, like in because they're used in so many different settings like that, right? Like with like trauma type of stuff, or like in hospitals, areas where people would be more stressed out and need something calming, or like it's actually like very much recommended with seniors, like having a dog is actually very helpful. Or like if you're going through even periods of depression, like having a pet that you need to take care of, that you're responsible for, that cares about you, it actually really helps. So I was gonna say, like, do you think you noticed the difference from when you didn't have a dog, when you had a dog? Like,
yeah, actually.
this
so
positive
when
experience.
I'm actually sad, he actually comes and he noticed it, and it's so funny. Even my husband now noticed that too. Like if he would not leave around me, he would come sits on my lap, and he doesn't even kisses me. He just sits there. And sometimes when I'm like when I'm crying, he comes and he kisses me. He tries,
cry?
Like, I know I cry, but he actually calms me down way more because I think he gets a sense of like, oh, my human is sad. And there's one thing that he does, and it's so sweet. When he knows that if I'm like way more down than usual, he tries to distract me. He goes and he brings a toy, or he tries to like tell me like, let's go out, take me for a walk. And then he makes you to get out of the bed. I don't know how he knows it. Maybe I trained
your dog
him.
is actually really smart.
I
have to give him that. I called him a little terrorist, but I was like, when he started playing hide and seek, he was going under the guest bed and hiding when he stayed with me. I was like, yo, this dog is smart.
He is like, if he wants to play with you, he will definitely play. So there's been occasion that I was in bed and I really didn't want to get out, but he stays with me. But then he's like, okay, now it's time to let's go. Even like for like fakely to go outside for me to like let him to go pee or poo. Like it's just so cute. And I give it to him, and I think I didn't train him, or maybe I did.
No, it's almost, I think it's just going back to what we said at the start, that they're like, they've been the companion of humans for so long that they've learned how to like read us and the things we do, and they react to us positively in the ways we need them to, which is so sweet.
It's so
like
sweet.
Apparently like having dogs, like it lowers your cortisol levels, it brings down your anxiety levels. Like petting a dog, something crazy like petting a dog for like 5 minutes reduces your stress by like X percentage. Like there's wild to me.
It's wild.
But sorry, okay, so we kind of went to a cute thing, and I guess it could still be cute, but let me go a different direction again, because I think at one point we were saying dogs like filling this role of like the kids that we didn't have. But similar to that, I'm thinking something that we talk about more and more in Western society is like this idea of how we're all so lonely. Like people have no communities, they have no family, there's all these things. So I also wonder like the rise of having pets, if that's another thing for that. Like they're our companion, like they're fulfilling this loneliness feeling that we have, and like we're having such a hard time connecting with other humans, whether it's like social media has made interactions fake, all the algorithms are like tearing us against each other, whatever the reasons are gonna be, that's a different episode topic. But like nonetheless, humans are lonely. This is a fact. So are we gravitating towards more dogs because then like it's a companion? Like I talk to my dog all the time.
Me too. I think I could say yes or no, because if you have a dog, you're actually not lonely because you take your dog out, you go to dog park, you're actually more connected to the world, kind of.
Yes.
Because no matter what, people gonna approach you like, what a cute dog.
Dog owners always talk to each other.
Yeah, they talk to each other, they know each other. So I think you're actually more outside.
It's forcing you to be more connected.
It's actually
so not just the fact that the dog is getting rid of your loneliness, but having a dog is forcing you to interact with people.
Basically.
That's interesting.
You get these people you go to dog park and you
Yeah.
see your dog get along with another dog, and
Yeah.
you're like, can we meet, like, you know,
Yeah,
can our
yeah.
dog have a
Be
play
doggy
date?
friends.
They do it, like, and you're like, oh, and now you have a friend. You have a person that has a dog, and you have a doggy friend now.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So I
It's
think
true.
it actually connects you to the world. Like, if you notice people who are actually alone a lot, they don't
Yeah.
take care of any pet
It's true.
because.
But see that
like,
there's a
they're like
reason
cat
why
lady,
dogs are better.
you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that. This is why dogs are like maybe a benefit to dogs versus cats, because that's not really a thing.
Yeah.
There's no cat. Like I have a French bulldog, and there's a dog park near here, and they do French bulldog meetups on Saturdays. So if you have a Frenchie,
Didn't-
you bring it.
Didn't you meet one of our friends because of bully? Because you
Oh,
went
kind of.
downstairs.
Yeah. When I lived at the condo, I came downstairs to like let him do his business.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was keeping her sister's puppy that time.
That's how you met.
Yeah,
you met a
literally,
best
if it
friend
wasn't
now.
for that, I never would have talked to her.
Exactly.
And yeah, I went to Italy with her.
Yeah, you see, like, because of bully, you
It's
have
true.
a friend.
That's actually such a good example. I didn't
Yeah.
even think of that. Good job. That was, damn, really good.
Because I feel like that's how a lot of people make connection. I think like if people say like, oh, I'm having a dog because I'm alone, you're actually not alone. You're just your actually dog gives you excuse to make friends.
It's true.
Like-
That honestly, I didn't think that's the angle we were gonna go with that question that I asked. But damn,
Yeah.
very impressed.
I
Good
feel like
job.
people who are alone, they have no pet because requires for you to go out, requires to be social, requires for you to talk to people. So I
Yeah.
think that's just an excuse for dog haters.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. When you see sad animal videos,
don't-
like I watched this movie, a documentary. I don't remember if it was like a series or a show, but it was. This was a few years ago when all the serious stuff was going on. So basically, actually, what it was like several different stories of like owners and their pets, different ones. Like one was like you wouldn't call that a therapy dog, like a working dog. Like I think the daughter had seizures or something, and the dog would sense it coming beforehand and alert. Right. So there was different ones, but there was one where it was this guy that had to flee Syria and he had to leave his dog behind, and then after he was like basically trying to get his dog out, I was bawling my eyes out,
my
like I'm
God.
just dying. And every time there's videos like this, movies, whatever, around pets, like it kills me.
It does.
And
me
I'm
too.
like, honestly, I don't think I'm like, obviously I get sad about human suffering too, but it's not the same level.
No.
And I'm like, am I broken? Why are we like this?
So there is this stigma in countries like Iran that the dog is haram and people treat them
Islamic law, basically,
Islamic law, and they treat them with vicious, so sad. Some of them, not all. There's actually like
The government
because
forces
like
that behavior.
they actually, if a lot of dog owners, like my uncle have a dog too, but they're scared to take the dog out for a walk
because the government can literally take your
take
dog.
the dog away. Yes, and this is the truth. This is not lie. This is not media. This is the truth because we have experienced it. So there's this vet that on weekends he filled his van with the and
I've
then
seen
he
these, I've
goes
seen these.
around
Oh.
and he feeds it. Oh, it's so sad. And he basically asked people, please give me money. This is where your money goes. Or like if you, I don't know, if you want to like celebrate something and like, you know, maybe half of that money could go through the, you know, like supporting, be supportive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do support. I know I should support kids and that, but if
But
I'm
should we?
donating, no,
Like
if I'm
dogs
donating,
are like, they can't even tell us what's
yes,
wrong.
exactly. So like if I have money, Human Society in Ottawa, I donate to them and I donate to this guy, which right now it's been hard, but I donate to this guy and he buys my stuff and he helps, like, you know, he buys if they need food, if they need surgery,
Yeah.
and he buys an extra and then he
Noble
so that's
cause.
where I do it, where I send my money, and I think people should do it, should support charities like that. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Support them, support the dog.
Yeah.
It's so sad, man. We're dogs.
So I think we talked about a lot of like the cute side of things in terms of having dogs, and this is more just like things I read ahead of time because I knew we were going to talk about this topic, and I was thinking like it can't all be positive. There's got to be negative sides. So
side of
let me be very open and explore all the sides. Even though if you ask me personally, I would say dogs are the greatest thing, and everyone should have a dog. But since I did some work, I came across some ideas in terms of like the dark side of things.
Ooh, okay. What is the dog side?
I guess if you place so much importance on your dog, like you isolate yourself so much from other things, like your dog is your only family and it's the only thing you have, the lifespan of dogs is significantly shorter than it is of humans. And like people can go through like really, really, really hard times over that. Or like, you know, your dog gets this condition and that condition. People will go through ridiculous amounts of money in vet bills, doing procedure after procedure after procedure to preserve this dog's life. And like, are we even capable of determining what is the quality of that dog's life?
Yeah.
For us to be like to be doing things like that. Like I remember my dog got sick 2 years ago. I thought, well, no, sorry, it was like 4 years ago. I thought like he pulled something on his shoulder, but then the vet were like, oh, it might be like IVDD. I think it's like this disc thing, which is very common with French bulldogs. So they want to do a $3,000 like MRI just to determine if this is it.
Ooh.
And then if it turned out that it was that, it would be surgery, which would be another couple thousand. And then basically you can do the surgery, and then the next day a different disc could do the same thing.
No way.
And when you do the surgery, because someone I know has a French bulldog and did that for their dog, they tell you like it's not 100% chance your dog will walk after.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, isn't that like selfish? Like to me, this is one of the dark sides of like you're taking something too far, I think. Because like at that time I was like, I'm not doing this to my dog. Like I love him, I treat him like he's my child, but like I also recognize that he's not my child. Like he is a dog, and this is wild to me.
Yeah.
But to me, like that's a dark side. And like I don't know how would you even who's to say when you stop or don't stop, I guess.
So that happened to my dog. My dog actually had a little tumor behind him, and basically they were gonna say we're gonna remove that tumor. He had it for a long time, and we were keeping eye on it until it hurt. So when I was like, what is stroking him, and it started hurting, and he would just like extremely uncomfortable. So I'm like, okay, this is a time now to get it done, which cost me $2,000.
Yeah.
And then we got it down, we got it removed, and they tested it was Nile, I guess.
Yeah.
But the guy, my vet was like, no, we need to do more tests. We're gonna do this, and I was like, my dog is fine now.
Because it's such a business.
I'm like, my dog is fine. I removed it. There's nothing else grow. There's nothing happening. If I don't care. What if I do it and he has a cancer? Okay, I'm not gonna put him through chemo. I'm gonna love him as much as I can, and that's gonna be it. But now after that, it's been 2 years, and he's like surviving and loving and everything. There's nothing wrong. I did, because that test would have cost me another $1,000 to do it, because I already paid I think more than $2,000 because like to make a test, and it was null. And then they're like, oh, we need to do this test. I'm like, no, not anymore. I'm genuinely done. Yeah. We removed that, and nothing. I still keep an eye on it, making sure that nothing else grows out of it. So that's my take. But my neighbor, this is sad. This is so sad. So the dog was blind. The dog couldn't walk anymore. The dog couldn't hold the pee anymore. They vet 2 years prior all these problems. The dog was like 16-year-old, by the way.
16, good for him. That's a good life.
Exactly, that was a good life. They said that you need to put your dog down because he's suffering from this. They listed him, and she was like, no, as long as he eats and drinks, is fine. She gave 2 more years to that dog, but it was terrible quality life. Yeah, that dog was suffering. That dog couldn't see. That dog, like, it was so sad, guys. I saw it. Whenever he used to walk, he would fall down because he couldn't he couldn't stand on his 4 paws. So he would keep falling. So you had to watch him and help him, guide him to go and like do his business. Or like whenever my dog Pico would go play with him, like it's so funny. My dog learned that he's elderly dog, so he was like being extremely careful around him. And I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, you gave him 2 more years, but those 2 more years was for you, not for the dog.
Yes, exactly. It's for you.
It was so sad. And yes, it was extremely sad when we lost him, but it was just like so sad seeing him struggle, seeing him not doing anything or playing around. What is another cute thing was, because they lived next door, and then they moved out after the dog died, because like we don't want to live in a house that have a backyard.
Okay. I thought the backyard. Okay, I thought you were gonna say because of the memory. I was like,
no,
God.
No, they moved back to apartment. They were like an elderly couple as well too.
Okay.
Pico still remembered them, so he for a year or less, like I think it was 6 months. He still every time he used to go to their backyard, to like go
wait for them,
and
See, I told you, your dog's smart.
No, it was so cute. I was like, oh Pico, they're not here anymore. It was like the cutest thing.
Oh, that's sad.
And I promised, me and my husband, we promised. I think that was a good lesson for us to learn as well.
To not become that.
We're like, if Pico have problem later on, we will do our best to save him, like what we did before.
Yeah, but there's limits.
There's a limit.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely limit because the dog would definitely suffer.
Yeah.
And that was the saddest thing.
You know, I started off by saying like, is this a dark side? But now I feel like the dark side is just like back to humans being so selfish.
Selfish, yeah.
Because like actually it's not the dark side of the dog. It comes back to like the dark side of humans.
It's the dark
We
side
take
of humans.
everything too far.
Too far, yeah, because we are not ready to let go.
Yeah.
And I think we do that in every aspect of our life. We are not ready to go of the toxic relationship. We are not ready to let go of stupid clothes we have been having in our closet.
Yo, this is actually a legit thing. We need to have a conversation about this one too.
Yeah.
I'm
what
guilty.
is that Japanese says, like,
The
say
minimalist
thank
thing?
you,
Oh,
and
yes.
then let go.
Yeah.
Say thank you to this and
Oh,
please
man.
let it go.
Oh man. All right. So I think maybe on that miserable note, let us wrap this. Oh, actually, hold on. Before we go, I'm gonna bring this guy on camera.
Yes.
Come here, Muffin.
Oh, the dog. Oh my God, he was sleeping. Poor guy.
So you know who the guilty party is? All the time. Hello.
Oh, no,
I have big ears.
Wait.
La, 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 la.
Look at his fluffy face. We will post a photo of him.
Yes. Win of the week.
My win of the week, I have a poster in my house that is said, new plan, F it. This week been so stressful for me. Like genuinely been so stressful. And I think the reason I'm not recovering health-wise is because I've been through so much stress. So my win of the week, I saw what my poster was saying it, and I looked at myself and looked at the poster and I said, you know what? Everything is out of my control. I cannot control any of these. F it. I can't control it. I genuinely, this is not anything in my control. So I said it, F it.
Good job.
Yeah,
Very
thank you.
good
What
job.
was your win of the week?
I started this 30-day yoga thing, and like I gotta give credit to someone else who's kind of forcing me to do it, but that's okay. At first it was forced, now it's habit. But I finished day 14 yesterday. Today I'll have to do day 15. So yeah,
Wow.
feeling better.
So you
Everything's
kinda-
still kind of sore, but like kind of better.
So you're forcing me as well too.
Yeah. I'm passing on the baton.
Perfect.
That's
okay.
how it works.
All right. Thanks for being with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. We read them, we like them, we love them. Appreciate you guys for always being with us. Cheers.
Cheers.